what's the drama? Okay, they definitely sisters. I don't know if they twins, but they sisters. And it's such a shame because that one is so juicy. Like succulent juicy in the beginning. Whoa. Hey loves, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Chanel and this is the mixed edition. Here on my channel, guys, we love to talk about all things fragrances because we love to smell good over here. So if you are a sillage baddie like me, then you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the mix. So we have a fun one today, guys. We are going to be talking about my hot takes on all the hot new releases. We're going to talk about the ones that's stirring up some drama. So we're going to start with the fragrances that I have only in travel size, either because I wanted to test them before I committed to a full bottle, if they just need to stay a travel size, or if they need to travel up out of my collection. The first release we're going to get into is by the House of Ellis, Brooklyn. So today we're going to be taking a look at Queen's Caramel. Now guys, let me give you a disclaimer. I am not a gourmand girl, okay? Like caramel, cakes, cookies, pies, that's generally not my vibe, okay? I'm not going to say I will never, but it's generally not my vibe. So it has to be kind of really special if I'm a really lean into a full-blown like pastry gourmand. I'm more of a fruity floral girl, a floormond girl, as my girl Lolo would say. So I automatically knew that Queen's Caramel would not really be my vibe, but I wanted to bring it to you guys anyway and share my thoughts. So let's get into it. So guys, here is what the travel size is looking like. It is gorgeous. They're not missing on their bottles, but let's get into the notes and then we'll get into my reactions to this fragrance. So we have top notes of caramel, maple, honey, sugar, salt. You have mid notes of white chocolate, coconut, vanilla, orchid, and jasmine. You also have base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, amber, and musk. Let's refresh real quick. So guys, immediately when I smelled this, I instantly had a flashback. I instantly had a flashback to a fragrance that is supposed to be a dupe of another fragrance. This smelled exactly like Eclair by Lattafa to me. Exactly like it. This does have a bit more maple than Eclair, but it smells just like it to me, in my opinion. And Eclair is supposed to be a dupe of Bianco Latte. So yeah, this just confirms that Bianco Latte is not for me. This will be traveling out of my travels. Guys, this is not a bad fragrance by any means. It's just something obviously that doesn't fit me and my scent profile. You definitely are going to get that caramel. You want to get that tonka bean in the dry down. I do like the tonka bean. It's smooth. It's not harsh. You have that salt at the top, the honey and the sugar. So I do feel like they did a good job with this DNA, with this scent profile. I can see this having a place or a home for individuals who like this scent DNA. Now, does the fragrances community need a similar fragrance to an already so viral fragrance like Bianco Latte? And obviously there's a dupe. Lattafa already beat them to it. So did Queen's Caramel do anything different enough for you to have all of those in your collection? I'll let you guys tell me. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. So next up, guys, is from the House of Rare Beauty. Now, let me start by saying this. I really love Selena Gomez. I think she is getting her life. She is on her 10th leg as a career woman. She's in the beauty industry now, but of course, she was a singer, actress, all the things, right? So really excited about Rare Beauty, and I hear they have a lot of great products. I would love to try some more of her products. So I picked up Rare Beauty EDP, And yes, let's talk about it, shall we? Because she's getting a little bit of controversy as well. So let's see what the drama is about. So guys, here is what the travel size is looking like. This did come in a gift set pack. It came with a travel size sprayer and a roll on. I thought the packaging was really, really cute and that you get two kind of different applicators. I thought that was a really nice touch. So we have top notes of caramel again, pink pepper, and pistachio. And then you have mid notes of vanilla, Nigerian ginger, cacao. You have base notes of sandalwood, musk, and tonka bean. Let's go ahead and refresh, okay? Oh, let me get this. Damn, I sprayed it in the camera. All right, guys, y'all know what it's giving. It's giving warm, vanillic, cozy, vanilla vibes. Is definitely giving that. You get that fresh ginger at the top, a little bit of kick from that pink pepper. And as it dries down, you start getting that cacao. I like the way the tonka bean is done in here too. It is still not like overbearing in the base, which I really, really like that. Now, guys, this one is funny, okay? So I'm going to be honest with you. When I first smelled this, I did not pick up on the resemblance to Goddess. It wasn't until we was watching our girl, okay? Shout out to Sharita. I was watching her and she was like, yeah, this smells like Burberry Goddess. I was like, hmm? Let me go smell that. Let me get a nose check real quick. I definitely grabbed my my sample of Burberry Goddess. I love that perfume, by the way. But I don't think I'll get a full bottle just because it's not as potent as the Lattafa version. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. So anyways, yeah, I went and sprayed my little sample and then re-smelled this. And I was like, whoa, it's definitely similar. Okay. It's definitely similar. Maybe it's not exact, but it's definitely similar. They definitely sisters. I don't know if they twins, but they sisters. I would say with Burberry Goddess though, of course you're getting that lavender note and you really can't escape it. Even though it is mellow and it's blended to perfection, it's so beautiful. One of the most beautiful lavender fragrances on the market. This one, of course, doesn't have lavender listed, but it definitely is in that profile. It almost like it does have lavender, but they didn't list it. It really is like that. But do we need this? If you don't have a price point for the Burberry, then if you pick up the Rare, you're going to be getting the same vibes, okay? You're going to be getting sister vibes for sure. And you know what I thought I was going to get from Rare Beauty is, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but she has like a body spray or a hair mist or something like that. And I really like the way that smelled. So I thought that she was just going to turn that into an EDP. But no, they just went completely left and did something different, but not really. So yeah, this is interesting. So while it's not a bad fragrance, it's definitely not one that I would upgrade to a full size bottle, especially because we have Burberry Goddess and that is like a masterpiece, honestly. So yeah, nice to have, nice to try, but I wish you would have came out with an EDP that was a little bit more unique. And if she just would have turned that hair mist into an EDP, I think she would definitely be getting a very different outcome. But still love her, love the house, and I can't wait to see what they do next. Next up, guys, we have the new release from Miu Miu, and this is called Miutine. I picked up the travel size. They had two releases out. One was called La Rose or something, and I did smell that in store. I like it because I'm a rose girly, but would I pay for it necessarily? I don't think that is super, super unique to where I would pay for that one. But anyways, I didn't pick that one up. I picked Miutine up. And here's what the travel size looks like. I like the packaging on this. So we have top notes of strawberry gardenia, and we have mid notes of rose jasmine, base notes of brown sugar, patchouli, bourbon vanilla, amber, and moss. So this would kind of fit in that category of Flourmond. So I was really excited to kind of try this. That gardenia, baby. If you don't like gardenia, stay away from this. Now, of course, it's a little bit softer on the skin, but on paper, that gardenia is singing. As it starts to dry down, though, that brown sugar just comes out and it really gives like a really sweet vibe. I do get the rose. The jasmine is a little bit faint to me, but I do get the rose. The rose comes front and center. So you do have a bit of an olfactory journey with this one. Like I said, you are going to start with the opening and have gardenia, then move to the mid and get that rose. And then on the deep, deep dry down, you'll get that brown sugar. So Miutine, this is one that I am still playing with. I need to get some more wears. Like if I use this full travel size, then I will definitely upgrade it to a full size bottle. It didn't really blow my socks away, but it's nice though. It's really, really nice. I think it is a pretty unique composition with strawberry and brown sugar. Never really seen those two notes together. You'll see strawberry and praline, like you'll see other little things, but brown sugar and strawberry, unless I'm mistaken, I don't really see that a lot in note composition breakdowns. So I will keep this and I will continue to test this and we'll see if she turns into a full size bottle. So next up, we have a brand new release from the house of LoveShackFancy, and this is their new release, Secret Crush. So here is what the travel size looks like. Now let's get into the notes, shall we? We have notes of chantilly cream, whipped cream, okay, vanilla, coconut, champagne, sandalwood, and musk. Now this is a gourmand you can count me in on, okay? I'm gonna tell you two things. Me and whipped cream, yeah. And champagne. Okay, I love a champagne note. Okay, so I had to get my nose on this one. So let me go ahead and hit it with a quick refresh. Y'all, it doesn't smell much on paper. You have to get this one on skin. So I strongly advise you of that. You do get a lot of alcohol when you first spray it out. So just be cautious. Just give it a second. You know, let the notes warm up on your skin. But guys, this is a very, very soft, creamy, fluffy, bright. It's soft and bright at the same time. Like the champagne note is kind of in the background, but it brings out those other fluffy notes. It's like having what do I want to say? Like a root beer float. How you got all the whipped cream in there, and then the fuzzy is bringing all the whipped cream at the top. Like it's kind of like that. That's the best way I can describe it. But replace the root beer with champagne and vanilla. It's nice, feminine, soft girl, pretty girl, and it's an easy reach. It is not a loud fragrance by any means. So I don't know if this is going to be people's vibe because it's just so soft. But if you're looking for a very easy reach, something that will not overwhelm your senses, and you like a nice, creamy, aromatic, sweet fragrance, then this is definitely worth a try. Look, the only reason why she has not gotten upgraded to a full size bottle yet is because I know the Sephora semi-annual sale is around the corner. So I'm going to wait, use my Rouge discount, and then I'll get a full size bottle then. But I do think she is a good one to add to your collection because she's just a soft, pretty girl, easy reach fragrance. Just something you could just throw on with any outfit and you know you're going to smell good. So you can't lose with this one. Have any of you guys smelled this one? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments and if you plan to pick up a full-size bottle. Or if you already have one. Okay, now we about to start talking, okay? Now y'all about to get mad at me. Let's see how this goes. So the next fragrance is from the world of Chris Collins. And this is his latest release. And this is Forbidden Apple. All right, so let's get into the notes for Forbidden Apple. So we have top notes of pink pepper, red apple, brown sugar, strawberry. And just when I said brown sugar and strawberry, I didn't see that in no compositions. Here we go again. How crazy is that? Okay, let me repeat that back. Top notes, pink pepper, red apple, brown sugar, strawberry. Then you have mid notes of cinnamon, fenugreek, white rum, pomegranate. You have base notes of vetiver, fir, and vanilla absolute. Let me go ahead and refresh, and then we're going to jump into it, guys. Y'all like my little texture strips? These are little butterflies, by the way. Ain't they so cute? All right, guys. So this one definitely takes you on a little bit of an olfactory journey. I would say that it is also pretty linear experience, which is great because I tend to prefer a linear experience. I don't like when you spray something on and then 30 minutes later it didn't turn into something else. Like I can't stand that. But again, this does take you on a little bit of an olfactory journey. So let's get into it. When you first spray it out, you are getting a burst of that red apple. She is the star of the show. Right after the red apple, for me, my nose immediately jumps to the fenugreek. And I would say that this fenugreek is a really, really prominent throughout the entire olfactory experience. I do smell that white rum, which gives it a little bit of booziness. That's kind of how you get into that forbidden apple, okay? I like that cinnamon. You also getting some other red berries, juicy notes, and I guess that's coming from the pomegranate and the strawberry. Now, here's where this goes not in the best direction for me. It opens up juicy, beautiful, bright. But as we start to get into the dry down on skin, something in here, it doesn't list, well, yes it does. Does it have musk in it? Okay, I don't see a musk note. It doesn't list any musk or any animalic notes, but the dry down becomes a little bit animalic and syrupy on me. So I'm just like, ugh, okay, like I'm trying to play with it some more, but the fenugreek is definitely like a syrupy, thick, resinous note, and it's really showing up in here. So when it gets on that dry down, it becomes just a little too overwhelming. It overwhelms the apple to me, and the apple is supposed to be the star. It's almost like you took a bite of an overly ripe apple, but you're still trying to eat it, even though it's like just almost so sweet that it's going bad. But you're still trying to eat it. It's kind of like that. No, this is a very nice fragrance, and I'm sure most people would like this, especially if they like Chris Collins fragrances. I feel like all of his fragrances are kind of dark, mysterious, unique. This is one that he wanted to be more palatable, more feminine leaning, like a true feminine leaning fragrance from his house. And I think he captured that. I think just personally for me and my taste, it starts to dry down just a little bit too syrupy on my skin. And it also is giving off animalic to me. I'm going to still play around with this. You know, she's not going to leave my collection. I definitely want to play around with this, give myself some time. But this is definitely not going to be upgraded to a full bottle no time soon until I kind of learn this fragrance a little bit more, learn where it fits right in my collection. So yeah, guys, that is my thoughts on Forbidden Apple. If you have this fragrance or you put your nose on it, let me know what you think. And it's such a shame because that one is so juicy. Like succulent juicy in the beginning. Ugh, I wish that would work out for me. Now we're about to get into the ones that did work out for me, okay? And that I had to automatically upgrade to a full-size bottle. Now, the first one in this category, we're going to be talking about Forever Mood, okay? She was here. I picked up the travel size the first day it was released and immediately went on a manhunt to upgrade to a full bottle. So here is the packaging, guys. Obviously, you've seen Jackie Aina's bottles before. And this one comes into like a purple amberish color, which really, really matches the fragrance. So let's get into the notes. So we have top notes of pomegranate, LME, and this one got pomegranate in it too. Look at everybody collaborating without collaborating. We have mid notes of Turkish rose, vanilla, pistachio, milk, amber, and suede. Now, guys, I ain't gonna hold you. The reason why I didn't pop out with the full size immediately on day one is because I had to figure this out. It had a milk note in it and all this stuff, pomegranate and milk and pomegranate. Like, where are we going with this? Where are we going? But I am so glad I took that journey. Let's go ahead and get a quick refresher so we could talk about it some more. Guys, I don't know who the perfumer is behind this, but this smells divine. This smells divine. Now, Jackie Aina is doing her thing in the fragrance community. And she did that, okay? I'm still testing her out. Obviously, it just turned fall, which I think is the perfect season for She Was Here. And especially when I seen her promotion, when she cleared the shelf and put this in, I knew I had to get my nose on it immediately. And this is good. Now, this is the warm, cozy vibes that I like, okay? It's a little nutty. You definitely get that Turkish rose. I am a rose lover, so I can smell a rose through a concrete. And you can definitely smell the rose in this one. The Elemi, I think that's how you pronounce it, is so yummy. Like, it's not overly resinous. In the milk, I don't get the milk note like that, but I know it plays a part with balancing out and cutting through some of that nuttiness from the pistachio and some of that resinous from the elemi. Like, whoever composed this, whoever was the creator behind this, they know perfume. They know what they're doing. This works beautifully on the skin, guys. Oh my God, I cannot wait to really get into her for the fall. This one is definitely worth getting your nose on if you already haven't. Let me know your thoughts. I think this is the star of Forever Mood for right now. Like, I don't know how else she could top this one, but this the one, not the two. Let's get into another new release. Perhaps maybe my favorite out of all the new releases so far. And this is by the House of Brown Girl Jane. Okay, so I started out with a travel size, and this was another one that I had to immediately add to cart for that full size, okay? And this release is called Chalet. Now, Chalet comes in the standard packaging, Brown Girl Jane packaging, so no difference there. So let's get into the notes real quick, and we're going to get into the things, okay? Because this one I'm really excited about. So we have top notes of white chocolate truffle and plum. We have mid notes of champagne, jasmine, and then we have base notes of cacao, vanilla, and sandalwood. Ciao. All she had to do was say champagne and white chocolate truffle. Yeah, okay. And then it has jasmine. So again, this kind of falls into that Flormon category. That's the category that I feel safe in. Okay. Let me go ahead and refresh this thing so we could talk about her down, okay? Ciao. First of all, I need to send a message to Brown Girl Jane immediately. When and if you start doing PR, please put me on the list, okay? Like, because you making these fragrances for me. Holla at me. Like, if you want me to come work for y'all, just say that, okay? Because the way you keep making these fragrances for me, you need to just go ahead and put me on a team, okay? I really like what they got going on. And I must say, in my personal opinion, that I feel like Chalet is at the top of their range. I will put this probably number one. I know some people gonna be like, no, carousel, but she probably gonna be number one for me. Like, she definitely at the top of the range for Brown Girl Jane House, and this is just phenomenal. This is addictive. Okay, now the reason why I had to stress that second part in there because I seen the marketing that Brown Girl Jane is doing. She's like a girls' night out. No, baby, this is vacation. This is date night. This is sexy date night. This is Valentine's Day. So it ain't none of that. I don't got a man, woman empowerment situation. Yes, but you gonna get a man if you ain't looking for one, if you spray this one on, okay? Because this is super decadent. Okay, it's decadent without being sharp, cloying. It's perfectly well balanced, in my opinion. That champagne note and that white chocolate truffle. Oh my god, this reminds me of Valentine's Day. You getting your chocolates, you getting your feels, and you getting ready for date night, and you might have some champagne on date night. Child, please. And you ready to get ate up afterwards. Yeah, this is it. I love this. The plum note in here is just mixed so well. It's like you could smell it, but it's such a undertone, and it just adds just a little bit more mystique without it being overwhelming. This is good. The cacao is very loud. I will say that. It is a bass note, and that is one that you will smell from top to bottom. The champagne accord note is not as loud, but it is there, and it is better on skin, and it also cuts through the cacao a little bit just to kind of keep it a little bit more on the airy side or the not too heavy side. Let me say that. But this is decadent, and again, it's addictive. So let me know if you already got addicted to this. Okay, this is definitely get your nose on, don't walk, but run. So next up, guys, we have one from the House of Phlur. This is one of their latest releases because Phlur has been dropping back to back, nonstop. Their foots are on our neck and hands are in our wallets. Like, please let me up for air. Let me up for air, Phlur. Okay. And they've been releasing banger after banger after banger. But is this one a banger? Let's talk about it. This latest one from Phlur is called Cherry Stem. So here is what the travel looks like. Look at that. That looks sexy. Okay. Let's get into the notes. So we have top notes of a black cherry, orange, and brandy. We have mid notes of sugar, jasmine, plum, red freesia. Then we have base notes of leather, ebony, and caramel. Let me go ahead and refresh real quick. Every time I spray this, I go on a different olfactory journey. Let me just tell you that. Like, it starts out earthy, aromatic, juicy with that black cherry. Yeah. It smells really good on paper. Definitely try this one out on skin. I wouldn't say that it's too different, but you need to see if that earthy, aromatic vibe in the leather, in the base, is going to do well on your skin, because I know a lot of people are sometimes adverse to leather. So definitely want to get this on skin. If I had to describe this one, because this one is super hard to describe, if I had to describe an experience, I would say it's fall. It's not too cold, but it's a little chilly. So you grab a little leather kind of blazer, not a full-blown leather jacket like wintertime, and you trying to keep that wind up off you. Just a light leather jacket, and it might be lined with suede on the inside of the jacket. So you get in that cozy and that whiff of that leather. Not deep leather, but just getting a whiff as you're moving your arms. You go to a bar and you order yourself an old fashioned, and you ask for extra cherries. Okay, if y'all have an old fashioned, if you like an old fashioned, then you know what I'm talking about. You drink your old fashioned, you finish that up, and then you get your cherries out and you start eating your cherries. Okay, like that stem pulling away from the cherry, you can smell that. You can smell the greenness from the stem, which might be placebo, because I don't really see any earthy, ebony woods, but I don't really see like the earthy kind of note there, but it's there. You can smell something earthy, like the stem of the cherry. And then you bite into the cherry, but it's been soaked in the whiskey from the old fashioned, which is basically the brandy note that's at the top. So yeah, you getting that boozy, juicy cherry, vibe as you bite into the cherry. So it's like, that's the best way I can give you the experience, because I feel like this is super unique. I don't feel like this is like any other cherry that I have smelled. There are cherry fragrances with leather. There are cherry fragrances that have a boozy note. There are cherry fragrances that are just juicy cherry. And I feel like they've kind of brought it all together and somehow made an incredible olfactory journey. I'm still trying to test this one out though. Like, I like it, but I'm not in love with it. Like, I really, really like juicy gourmands, okay? And I feel like with the booziness and then you have the leather, it just continues to mellow out the juiciness from that black cherry note. But they do a good job at keeping that cherry note throughout the olfactory journey. So it is one that I like and I will continue to play with. I did pick up a full bottle though. I don't know why I did that. Like, I should have used the whole travel and just decided on a full bottle. But, oh no, I remember what happened. They did the early release. So I got the full size and then I popped into one of the stores and they already had it in the store. So I just grabbed the travel to kind of play with it. So I like it enough to have it in my collection for sure. And it's unique. Like, nobody's going to smell like you, really. I think it'll layer well with your other cherry fragrances. So yeah, I would say that this is a good one. And Phlur has not been disappointing the girls lately. They just haven't. And I give credit to whoever was the composer, whoever was the master perfumer behind Cherry Stem. I feel like this is a super unique way to compose a boozy cherry fragrance. That leather and suede is done brilliantly. It's not so over harsh or just so smoky leathery. Like, you just gotta be a biker girl or a biker boy to want to smell like that. No, this is still super, super tasteful. Yeah, definitely. Let me know what you think in the comments about this one, because this one is super unique for sure, in my opinion, at least. Y'all women then clicked off this video. Luckily, I say this one to the end, okay? So this next release that we are getting ready to talk about, this is the talk of the town, honey. Like, what's the drama, okay? Am I the drama? Okay, am I the drama? Am I the drama? We're going to be talking about none other than Valentino's latest release, limited edition Rendez-Vous Ivory. Now let's get into the bottle. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Just stunning in all white. Okay, stunning in all white. Y'all ready? I think y'all already know where I'm going with this because she in the hand. Okay, now let's get into the notes. We have green mandarin at the top. We have orange blossom and marshmallow in the mid, and we have musk and Madagascar vanilla in the base. Now, clearly, they don't list all the notes, so let's get into it. Let me refresh my palettes, girlies. Let's refresh. Y'all, when I walked up into that Sephora, okay, I knew before I even smelled it that I wanted it. But definitely when I smelled it, it was love at first sniff. Let me just say that, okay? I know some of the girls are confused. We're going to break it down a little bit. But it was love at first sniff for me. The only thing that apprehended me from picking this up immediately was the price. Like, I mean, that needs to be the drama right there. The price needs to be the drama, not the smell. The price. $190. We getting crazy with the designer market, okay? Like, we are paying niche prices for designer, okay? $190 is crazy. Child, this is too much for me. But I had to bite the bullet because one, it was love at first sniff, and then two, if you are familiar with Valentino's limited edition, Donna Roma limited edition collection, like when they're gone, they're gone. Like they're gone. Like you might be able to find them at suffragists sometimes or whatever, but you're gonna be paying for, that shipping to get up over here. So I was like, I don't want to study long, study wrong. So I just went and got it, guys. I loved it. I know I'm gonna use it down. So why not? Guys, this one for me is exactly what I thought it was gonna be. I'm going to get the traditional classic Donna Born in Roma DNA, okay? And I'm going to get marshmallow. Now, where they put the marshmallow, all of that was TBD, but it's a mid note, it's a heart note, and it is good, okay? Now, as y'all know, I'm in the Phlur category, okay? I'm not in the ooey gooey vanilla cake pastry, that type of category. So Phlur, this definitely is it to a T, okay? That orange blossom, they say that is the note that helps bring out or emulates like marshmallow. To me, I can pick up on the marshmallow note and the orange blossom. I think this is done masterfully. And that green mandarin note at the top is genius. It is genius. And I think that's the note that's kind of throwing people off because the green mandarin note is not a sweet mandarin. It's a green mandarin. So it's dialed back. It's a little bit tart. It's like a bergamot if you want to compare it, to something else. Like it's not a sweet fruit. So it's cutting through some of that orange blossom and that marshmallow, which was needed. Because if not, this would have just been super cloying because it has vanilla at the base too. So it's just like, it would have been just so sweet. But I think they did this masterfully. Guys, this is a compliment magnet. So if you don't want the compliments, leave them to me, okay? Leave them to me. Like, I know some of the girls is mad. They thought they was about to get just a straight gourmand. Since when from a designer house? Like, I mean, I don't know where this is going. I don't know where the discussion is going. The other girls, they have broken it down for you, but this is done wonderfully. You get your classic Donna Born in Roma DNA. So if you like that fragrance, if you like the house, if you like the line, you still get that. But if you also wanted to add a little bit more creamy, fluffy marshmallow onto it, you are going to get your life with this one. This is so good. And it lasts forever. Okay, I get definitely a solid 7 to 8 hours out of this. Compliment magnet. Fresh, sweet, powdery, fluffy. It's all the things. It's all the things in the bottle. I'm sorry, guys. This one is a banger. And this does remind me a little bit of Black Opium Glitter. How they did the marshmallow is very reminiscent to how they did the marshmallow in this one. So if you own that one, just think about that one and remove the coffee. If you remove the coffee note, you'll basically be in the realm of this one. But guys, this is an absolute love for me. Y'all let me know what's going on down in the comments. I know she definitely is the drama, and that's okay, because I'll take it. I'll take it if I'm gonna smell like this. So guys, that is it. That is all. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know your thoughts on these hot releases, these drama-fied releases, these sexy releases. Let me know all the things down in the comments. And until the next time, I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.